Nilog, hashtag pen testing, hashtag threat analysis. Like, I feel like in terms of NLP, even if you're dealing with a threat actor who's just like deceiving you the whole time in terms of what they're saying, it's just like outright lies the whole time. Even in that instance, it's like an information leak in terms of a system, you know, like the malicious threat actor being a system. So, I don't know, if you're interacting with that system, you're like an agent, I suppose. And it's kind of like interesting to think about malicious threat actors as APIs or something. You know, it's like, well, if I do this, send this request to that malicious threat actor, how do they behave? How do they handle that? And so it's kind of why I feel like the whole psychiatrist thing, like the mental health act, you have to not get upset emotionally about the abhorrent nature of the situation you're placed in when you have to deal with them. You know, you just have to regard them as humans and have a polite conversation with them and handle business professionally the whole time. And they want to attack you, I feel like, in the sense that they want to hijack your endocrine system and take advantage of that. Like, they want to exploit the fact you're a human being. And that's like weak. That's very facetious. And it's weak as I guess a strategy, providing that's what it is. I don't know if it is a strategy. Maybe it's just kind of like decision making in an absent-minded way, like an automatic way, potentially, perhaps. I don't know. I feel like, you know, my hunch, based off like my impression, my research, it's kind of like maybe psychiatrists are reductionists, and maybe it is an insult to some people for the reason why psychiatrists are brain damaged. And so that's why reductionist is insulting, because psychiatrists, they're like missing the point, you know. And if you're somebody who can perceive the point, you know, and be on point, like, you know, it's good to, like, for example, when I say gay, I'm like, bro, psychiatry is so gay. Like, I just want shrooms and poon, like my social life, my exclusion from society. So it's kind of like magic mushrooms and cannabis, please, you know. It's just sort of like that, essentially. I feel like, and like preventing me from enjoying life, that's real life. Like preventing me from enjoying magic mushrooms that I know experientially are good for me, like in reality, that's like impeding good business, because I feel like a happy employee is a productive employee. So if these people are like heavily rooted in New Zealand and they're preventing people from enjoying psilocybin responsibly and cannabis responsibly, air quotes responsibly, as if like your tonsils bleed when they're cut, because they are committing surgery, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like psilocybin is healthy, I feel like, personally, and I just feel like truth is something that can be possibly perceived, and like through striving you can educate yourself to grow wiser, so you can identify things in your environment and track them in your awareness, and produce safe spaces where people can be polite and have manners and socialize and learn, you know, like kind of the same thing, like exist in a coexisting way, no coexistence. And I feel like learning is natural, socializing is natural, like social learning, and so is trading, you know. So I honestly feel like as a vibe, when you eat shrooms and smoke cannabis, it's like communal and it's like healthy for communities and networks. And you get like fat gluttons who smell like fart or use scent warfare, chemical warfare, to attack and distort your thinking and to inject you with fear and a malicious threat actor sequelae type attack vector sense. It's weak. It's so weak. You know? XO2 Oxygen mixtape CDs coming soon. Burns the Dark Source.